Hey everybody, here we are with Lola Jones from Varied Treasure here in North Bay. Lola, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for coming on. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about what Varied Treasure is.
Varied Treasure is a consignment store, but we also carry new products. We
Okay.
deal with ladies' wear and accessories and home decor only. First, when I opened in 2017, I did carry menswear. It did not go well. Men tend to want to wear a shirt until it's invisible, or the wife throws it out. So
I
because
can
of
vouch
that,
for that. I can vouch for that.
you're one of the guilty. Okay, so because of that, I stopped carrying the menswear because I had to allot as much space to the menswear to carry just as many sizes as the ladies' wear did. So when
Yeah.
you're paying your rent, your lease is per square foot. You've got to make money per square foot to pay your lease. So, and it's funny, after I stopped carrying menswear, I think about 3 times a week, a guy would come in and say, "Oh, you don't carry menswear. How come?"
Well, it's so true, eh? I don't even think men shop half as much as the ladies do. So they're
No.
it's a tougher market for sure. And us guys, we get our favorite pieces of clothes and we just kind of keep wearing them, like you said, until they just fall apart.
Well, my husband has a closet full of clothes, and I think the rest of the general public thinks he has 2 shirts, because as soon as I do laundry, he takes that exact same shirt off the hanger again, and the other one is replaced. Oh, this one goes in the laundry, so the other one is all fresh and ready.
Yeah, we're all the same. We're all built the same. Okay, so consignment. So that means that my wife could drop off a bunch of ladies' things and
Exactly.
leave them with you. And when you sell them, what does that look like?
Okay, how it happens is I have some criteria as I will take and what I won't. You bring me your things. With this COVID-19, I've become a lot more stricter than I have been previously.
Right.
I always wanted them freshly washed. I always wanted them pet hair free. And but I wasn't concerned about it being on hangers or, in bags or in that sort of thing. And a lot of times people had shoes in with the rest of the garments and stuff. Now, if it's not freshly washed, and yes, all consignment stores can tell if an item has been washed. I don't care what consignment store you go to, they're all great. We know if you've washed it or not. Spraying it with Febreze or putting a dryer sheet into it will not cut it. We know if your garments have been washed. Anyway, so it's supposed to be freshly washed. I want them on hangers now, because if you care enough about your item to put it on a hanger, then you care enough, then that item is nice enough for somebody else to want it. If
Right.
you've just got it balled up in a garbage bag and you're bringing me like 5, 6 garbage bags of poof, here you go.
Yeah.
Your bag of things is not going to be my priority to get at, because you've already given me the impression that, oh, well, if there's something in there, wonderful. If there's not, well,
I understand. Yeah.
So I like to have it on hangers now. I do not want any shoes in with the clothing.
Right.
Shoes, you're walking everywhere, hey, how many times have you walked down the street and walked in something not so pleasant? So
Yeah.
anyway, I do not want shoes in with clothing. If they are, they're considered not washed and they are donated.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
I want shoes in their own individual bags or boxes, and that way it keeps things fresh.
For sure.
You've got a bunch of freshly laundered clothes, and you've got a pair of shoes or sandals with some sand in it, then the grit goes through everything, and
Yeah.
it's
That makes
so
sense.
you just want to keep it fresh. Now with this COVID-19, sorry, I am airing everything for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I've called 5 different offices. I called Anthony Rhoda. I've called Vic Videli. I've called the health department. I've called the small business helpline, Stop the Spread. Everybody has pretty much told me, we don't know, so do what you want.
Gotcha. Okay.
Some people are saying, okay, your virus, if it happened to be on a piece of clothing, it's 5 to 6 hours. Some people are saying it's 48 hours. Some people are saying it's 72.
Yeah.
So I want my customers and my consigners to be safe. So
Gotcha.
if you bring me a bag today, it's going to be aired in the basement for 2 weeks. I'm not going to look at it for 2 weeks. It's under quarantine, just the same as if you went out of the country and came in.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. That makes sense.
Because we're in a new age now.
Yep.
You know, so, and then I'm accepting ladies wear up to 5 years old, you know, because some things are trendy. I love to keep the traditional lines. Like a white button-down shirt and a black pair of dress pants or a skirt will be in style forever. But some of the more trendy colors, like I don't know if you remember in the 80s, the neon colors were big and big and big. The shoulder pad, everything had shoulder pads, right? So obviously we want things that are in style, you know? So I usually draw the line at about 5 years. And so I take everything in scarves, belts, wallets, purses. Believe you me, purses are a big seller. You ever wondered why your wife has, you know, 50 purses in the closet? Believe me, she uses them. She might not use it for 2 years, but she will take it out again. So purses and wallets are always good sellers. Jewelry. I carry real jewelry and costume. Obviously, the real jewelry is kept in a display case, but shoes are another big seller. If you were speaking to my husband, he'd say that I'm close to Amelia Marcos. Like I must have, I don't know how many pairs of shoes. But but in my defense, I have problems with my feet. So what was comfortable for an hour, after 2 hours is not comfortable anymore. So I'm putting on a different pair of shoes. So again, most women are the same with that. So that's the sort of thing I will take. You will get a consignor number. Mm-hmm. And you can call me at any, and I have a program that's called Consign Pro. Everything you bring to me that I've kept for the floor is in my system. And you can get a printout at any time of whatever, you know, of how your account is doing. Right. It will have the item there. It will have its SKU number, the date it was put into the system, when it's supposed to come off the floor, the price, and it will tell you also if it's available, if it's sold, or if it's been donated.
Gotcha.
All of our donations go to nonprofits, strictly nonprofits. Usually it's the IODE, which people say, who's that? Well, that's the Victory Shop, which is across the street from the Pro Cathedral. And no, they're not related to the Pro Cathedral. A lot of people think that they are, but they're in. What the IODE is, it's called Independent Daughters of the Empire. It's a British nonprofit charity that has been around before the First World War.
Right.
So they have a number of charities that they help, but all of them are nonprofit.
Okay. So so someone comes in, drops their stuff off, it goes through the process, it gets put on the shelf. Do they get money back for? Do they get an exchange? What do they get once the item sells?
Once they get the item sells, they get 40% of the selling price.
Okay.
Because of course I've got to rent the store.
Yep.
I've got to pay the heat. I've got to pay my internet. You know.
Understand.
So they get 40% of the selling price. They can either keep their earnings going, you know, and wait till it builds up, and then they can get a cash payout, or they can use it for in-store credit.
Gotcha.
So, like I have a lot of ladies never want to see a dime because it's their mad money. They don't miss it gone. So it's their fun money. They come in, they see a blouse they like, they see a pair of shoes they like, you know, first thing they'll come to the door. Oh, do I have any money in my account? I look it up. Oh, you've got $50. Awesome. So then
That's
Then they're
awesome.
like, they're gone mad. Now I
They're
can
like
shop, right?
they're like a kid in a candy store.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Can they check their balance online or do they come into the store for that?
They can just give me a call.
Okay.
They can just give me a call. I don't mind that at all. Because I hold your items for 3 months. The
Okay.
first month it's full price. The second month it goes 30%. The third month it goes 50. After
And then
50,
after
then
that, it goes, do they get a chance to pick it back up again or no, it just goes to the donation pile?
I used to be able to allow people to pick their things up, but I found a lot of cases I was holding their items for 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
No one ever darkened the door to pick it up. And then I'm with all this stock that, what do I do with it?
Yeah.
So, and now that I've moved locations, I do not have the space to put things aside.
I
So
understand.
now, no, if it's,
Okay.
you're cleaning it out, it didn't sell. No, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
can't.
So what is your new location then? What's the address?
The address is 163B Main Street West. So we're almost directly across the street from Deegan's Antiques and Shoes.
Okay, you're right. So you're right on Main Street.
Right on Main Street.
Awesome. Okay. Now, it's COVID time and we're kind of getting on the other side of it. What does that look like? Are you guys open? Are you closed? Do you do online sales? What does that look like?
Well, right now I am closed because I know that a lot of the other consignment shops are selling online, but the thing is, I do not do returns because of the reason where you brought me a shirt to sell and someone buys it online. So you want your payout. Well, now I'm paying you for that shirt. Once that shirt gets returned, well, now you're in a negative balance.
Right. Gotcha.
So, and another thing is the nature of clothing. You being a man, you probably don't notice it as much, but women who shop it, you can have 2 shirts the exact same size. It's a size 12, it's a size 12. There could be about 4 sizes in the difference between this size 12 and this size 12.
Interesting.
Depending on the brand. Tommy
Right.
Hilfiger is notorious for its small sizes.
Right.
On the other hand, if you're a Tanjay Aliyah shopper, it is really big for the size.
Gotcha. Yeah.
A medium in a Tanjay could fit somebody who takes a large.
So it's almost like they have to, it's almost like they have to come into the store to get a feel for it, try it on. You have change rooms there, obviously.
I have a change room, yes.
Okay.
And that's another thing with the COVID ID. I've tried to ask the health department, how does this work? If somebody tries something on, what happens? Do I have to put this in quarantine for an amount of time? Nobody has an answer.
Yeah.
Because the reason is we haven't experienced this before. There is no answer. Everybody's trial and error,
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do right now is steam everything.
Oh, okay.
The hot steam, right now, I don't have a washer and dryer. I can't wash anything. And where I do carry new product, if I, wash a brand new item because somebody has tried it, it's not a new item anymore.
Right. Right. Interesting.
So that's another thing, it's retail is one of those funny creatures, and even when you are familiar with a brand name, you get different makes, different cuts. I don't know if you've ever been to Mark's Work Warehouse, but
Yeah.
you buy a shirt. They have classic fit, slim fit, modern fit. I just want a size large.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with the cut, you're going to buy something that doesn't fit.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating. So that's why when women go shopping, the men are like, oh my land, she's going to be 10 hours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she has to try it.
I always buy the brands that I can buy the size smaller and feel better about myself.
There you go, right?
It's the best way to do it.
Right. Never buy a swimsuit. Ladies, if you ever want to take a time to take your wife out to dinner, do it after she's been swimsuit shopping, okay? There's nothing more depressing on the face of the planet than trying on swimsuits.
I hear you. So I've been told. Okay, so and you have a website.
Yes, I do.
The website address, the URL is variedtreasure.ca.
Correct.
And the best number for someone to reach out to you would be what phone number?
705
Yeah.
845 5043. And that is my personal cell number. So you can reach me anytime.
Okay,
a lot
awesome.
of people just text me, next time you're in the shop, can you tell me what it's also a note to self as well. You know?
Yeah,
Once the train leaves the station, it could be 3 days before it comes round again. So
I understand. Okay, so this is all about, support local business and your local business. So hopefully we get some eyeballs and attention on this video to get people, when you're open, it should be soon enough, to kind of get back in, get into your store and do a little shop about, have some fun. And I guess for the ladies out there, if you have any purses in your closet, Lola could really use those purses because they sell very well apparently. So
purses are a seller.
Awesome. Okay, Lola, listen, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And remember, tough times don't last. Tough people do. We'll get through this and we'll see you on the other side when everything's over.
All right. You stay safe.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.